Thank you so much. And I think as we move on with the next segment of our program, I think it's one is just a great recognition for all of these great leaders in mobility here in Atlanta. As we move forward, as I look at this event as the sort of the end of one phase of this strategy and this task force, it's time to look to the future. And with that, I would like to bring Tom Daly of Coca-Cola Corporation and Margaret Martin of Merlin Mobility to talk about some of the potential and the vision of what's possible as we move forward. Tom? Margaret?
Thank you, Larry. How are you? Welcome, everybody. What a great morning. The afternoon promises to be even better. It has been my tremendous privilege and good fortune to be involved in this initiative, working with Ralph, John, the entire leadership committee, the chamber, and a growing team of enormously passionate and capable people. I was among a smaller group of folks before it became its current size, to be recruited into this mission to help make Atlanta a center for mobility. And I will tell you, it took a blink of an eye. I thought about my kids and the jobs that I want them to have. I thought about the future I wanted them to enjoy in the city. And I figured, what better way to take the things that I know how to do and give back to the city and create the kind of place that allows the things that I've been able to do to be shared with more and more people. So I started thinking about how to unwind this problem. I think, well, how do we bring jobs to Atlanta? How do we make mobility work for the city? So, well, the first thing you got to do, I guess, is make it work for the businesses, right? The businesses that are going to create those jobs have to be able to win here. They have to be able to have the opportunity. We need to give them some sort of unfair advantage versus other cities where they may be able to set up shop, hire people, and recruit and invest. I said, well, that's great. That's what we'll do. And I said, well, I'm not sure I'm done. It's not all that we need to do. If mobility is going to work for a business, and then in turn have that business work for Atlanta, we really have to go back to the obvious beginning of all this and make mobility work for people. If mobile technology doesn't work for people, they're not going to subscribe. They're not going to download. They're not going to make the investments. If things don't work the way they're supposed to work, or more importantly, if they don't work in ways that they couldn't have even imagined but make their lives better, whether it's through better health care, access to content that makes a difference to choices that they're making today, safer cars, better education, the things that we heard about at lunch today and in earlier sessions, then this whole thing is never going to ignite, and it's really not going to work. So I started to think about how do we make mobility work for people. And we started dreaming up ways to bring mobility to life in the city of Atlanta. So think about what Times Square does for New York, right? Except think about mobility brought to life in Atlanta 24/7, 365, 7 days a week, all the time, where you have the most literate, informed, even opinionated consumers understanding what good looks like, what is possible. If it works here, it should work. People who know the way that mobile should work, man on the street sort of stuff. Businesses watching mobile technology grow their prosperity, right? So they can hire on folks. People enjoying a better quality of life. So we have some ideas through this task force. We're not quite ready to reveal all the details, but I want everybody in this room to know that we need your help. If you live here in the city of Atlanta, we need your skill, expertise, and passion to lean in and help make mobility work for people. Because if we make it work for people, we'll make it work for business. And if we make it work for business, we'll make it work for the city. And it becomes a virtuous and self-fulfilling cycle. If you don't live in Atlanta, I need you to talk to somebody from the chamber and find out how you get your business and take advantage of the opportunities here. So the only thing I'm leaving you with is a request to continue to lean in. Many of you have been involved in this initiative from earlier stages. For some of you, this may be your first exposure to Mobility Live. For everybody here, whether you live in the city or don't, I would like you to make this the first day of the rest of the journey that we're going to take together to make Atlanta a center for mobility. And with that, my colleague will share a little bit of some of the work she's been doing to help bring this vision to life.
Well, I'm very honored to be up here with such industry luminaries as a small startup here in Atlanta. We teed up there? I'm Margaret Martin. I'm the founder of Merlin. Merlin started as a Georgia Tech Venture Lab company with a small GRA grant that enabled us to get started. We are focused on a technology that's called augmented reality. And what we do is develop a platform for enterprises that enables them to create augmented reality content, deliver it to mobile devices, and then measure the success of those applications. Now, you're probably most familiar with augmented reality as this yellow downline in football broadcasts, but there's a lot of other ways that it can be used. And with Merlin, what we do is provide a studio to create the content, the browser on the mobile device to view it, and then the analytics around it to understand how successful those applications are. So we've been working on a prototype concept with the Midtown Mile to bring some augmented reality to the experience of exploring Atlanta's mobility. And so we're going to give you a demonstration here today of the application that we've been working on and hopefully get you excited about being part of it. So we're going to start off, and we have gotten a copy of the Midtown Mile map here, and our lovely model Jenna is scanning it to download the Midtown Mile app. She's getting it with her AT&T device. And now she's going to launch that application, and it's going to instruct her to point the camera of her mobile device at this map. So as she looks at the map, some highlights about Midtown Mile come off the map there, and she can touch on those to gain more information about some of the highlights. But now augmented reality is going to take you into that map. And so she's going to touch it, and we actually have a map that still folds out. Here it goes. And now, the entire Midtown Mile is popping up here around you. We can turn it around, look at all the different interesting points of interest, and really start exploring the Midtown Mile. Get a little closer vantage point of it here. And in a couple seconds here, you'll see the You Are Here button. And we are going to actually zoom into this map and be part of it. So now we're going to move into the map. And now you see we're part of it. And you'll see Jenna showing us how she turns her AT&T mobile device around to actually explore the map by looking around. So we can see the highlights that are in the Midtown Mile. We can touch these to gain more information about it and really learn what's going on here. Any one of these we can touch and it'll transport us to that portion in the map. But in a couple seconds here, you'll see we're going to turn towards the SunTrust building in this example. And the map is going to transport us physically to the Midtown Mile. So we're going to touch that SunTrust Plaza, and now we're there. Merlin can take you into the office buildings to explore office space. We can take you into the restaurants to look at the restaurant space, find out what daily specials are, transport you to any of these locations to really learn more about the Midtown Mile, and bring people into this wonderful effort that we have going in the city to help become more aware of our initiatives in Atlanta and mobility. So a little taste of augmented reality with the Midtown Mile. It'll be launching soon, and we hope you all will be exploring it further. Thank you.
Well, that is something to look forward to. That is something to build. That is really a vision for us to all go out and capture. Well, that really brings us to the end of our formal part of the program. I just wanted to sort of give you some highlights. We've had a wonderful, wonderful day so far, but there's still a great program to come. We still have 12 breakout sessions in front of us. Hope that you all will learn from that. My only regret is that I can't be in all of them. We have the Verizon intern event. Thanks, Jonathan LeCompte, for standing that up. I know that we had over 118 interns signed up for that, so that's a fantastic event. Glenn Lurie will be speaking this evening, opening up our reception, and then we have a great reception, so a great way to end the day. So thank you again for coming. Thank you again for your participation. Thanks to you, Ralph, and everyone for your leadership, and enjoy your afternoon. Thank you.